In this episode, is balance bullshit?
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 561 of the Daily Mother, a Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, beardcast, and broadcast in the realm, because when Papa Swolio flexes his biceps and pinches his nipples, we all flex our biceps. Welcome to Saturday and welcome to episode 561. Thank you so much for joining me, watching this on Facebook or on YouTube or catching the podcast on SoundCloud or iTunes. Thank you for joining me every day at 12 noon Eastern time. Let's jump into the episode. I'm excited for this balance episode because the balance pack in Swolenormous X is dropping soon. So this is a great segue into that. And first off, I want to go into the community positive vibes of the day. And this one's from Instagram, actually. It's from Sheldon Moe. And he says, "Thank you, Papa. I am starting out doing new workouts on my own, and I don't know a lot about this, so I don't know what to ask, but I love this content, great information. Keep it coming." And thank you so much, Sheldon, for the positive vibes. And if you don't know, now you know, I go live a lot on my Facebook page and also on Instagram. So make sure you turn on post notifications, drop some positive love, come in, ask questions, and you could have a chance to get featured right here on the Daily Swole with your positive vibes. Let's get into the question of the day, and this one is from YouTube. It's from Vinny P, and he asks, "What is the best food to eat when attempting to bulk?" The best food when attempting to bulk is a lot of it. Most people don't eat anywhere near enough the amount of food that they should be eating when trying to bulk. If you're eating and then stopping when you're full, that's because your body is stopping when it's comfortable, when it's maintaining, when it has reached its balanced level. Your body doesn't want to gain weight or lose weight. Now, when it comes to words like the best, there is no best with anything. There's no best exercise. There's no best diet. There's no best food. There's no best house. There's no best car. There's no best anything. That's a very subjective thing to say. So the best food when attempting to bulk are foods that are not causing you damage, not causing your body inflammation. And you can look up the elimination diet. You can look up plant paradox, lectin-free methods. You can go gluten-free, whatever you decide that is best for your body, where you don't have reactions or sleep problems or irritability and issues from your food. Then it's about caloric intake, and you want to make sure you have an excess. So if you're trying to bulk, you need more energy coming in than going out. And the best food is going to be subjective to what you need and what your body reacts best to. So if you want your question featured right here on the Daily Swole, make sure you drop a comment and a question right down below in the comments area with the hashtag AskPapaSwolio. That's hashtag AskPapaSwolio for your chance to be featured here on the Daily Swole. And this episode is sponsored and brought to you by the second masterclass on Swolenormous X, and it's all about glute activation for dynamic stability. So if you are not hooked into Swolenormous X, please go to swolenormousx.com to jump into this amazing platform that I created, where it has all my programs, trainings, lesson packs, and masterclasses. And the second masterclass just dropped about glute activation for dynamic stability, and that is a core principle with everything that we talk about here, but it's a core principle for how your body works and how you should start building that foundation so you can get into more strength training and reduce your risk of injury and make sure you're hitting the muscles that you want to be hitting, and that's super important. So thank you so much for checking out Swolenormous X. Thank you so much for being here for the Daily Swole, and I'm just really excited to be here. I hope you're enjoying this weekend, and if you are interested, oh yeah, I almost forgot. If you're interested in hooking into Swolenormous X and possibly winning a free month, that's right, a free month, access to everything in Swolenormous X, all you gotta do is drop an awesome comment, tag a friend, and use the hashtag Daily Swole Club. So join the Daily Swole Club by tagging a friend with the hashtag Daily Swole Club below in the comments, and I might select you. You might be selected by me or my team for a free month to Swolenormous X. So that is always available. Join the Daily Swole Club and automatically be entered for a Swolenormous X membership for an entire month. Is balance bullshit, people? Is balance bullshit? As I sit here balancing on this chair like we all do, is this a fad? Is this type of training a fad? Is this something that people are just doing for Instagram? Are they doing it for out of boredom? Are they just doing it because they saw it somewhere and it's something new and they're trying to add variety? And yes, all those things are true. People do things for attention. People do things because they see it on a computer. They see it on their phone. They do it because they read it somewhere. But is it a sham? And the answer is absolutely 110%. Fuck no, it's not a sham. Balance is extremely important. But let's explain first what balance is, and then why and how you can implement this into your training. So a lot of you know that I am working on releasing the newest lesson pack to Swolenormous X, and that is my balance pack. And the reason why I am a huge proponent of balance is because we spend most of our time in a balanced position. Believe it or not, whether you're standing or walking, you're balancing. You're not falling over. Your body has proprioception, which is your body's subconscious awareness of its surroundings, understanding where it is in space, knowing how far you are away from a wall, from a chair, and your body maintains its relative positioning to things around it so it doesn't fall over. And this happens even when you're sitting down. You're not completely, training hard or anything when you're sitting down, but I'm not falling over in the chair. My muscle has tone. My body has a posture in a seated position. When you're standing up, your body has muscle activation that keeps you standing up in a spot. You're not falling over. You're not slumping like a bag of dog shit. You're in structural position. And how do you not walk into walls? It's balance. It's balance, it's coordination, also known as neuromuscular coordination. And this is something that is extremely important, especially as we age, because we lose this as we get older. It increases risk of injuries such as falls, which can cause damage to our bone structure, which can impair us and our movement. Like maybe needing to be pushed around in a wheelchair. You might have a relative, a family member, unfortunately, if that's the case, that has broken a hip or broken a bone that has severely incapacitated them and strained the family and strained resources in order to keep them mobile or just drastically reduce their quality of life. And I don't want to talk too much into the future because a lot of you that are 30 years old, 40 years old, might be thinking, all right, well, that's down the line. But this is something that also plays a role today because when you have proper balance, it also means that the right muscles are working in correlation with one another. There's proper integration. And integration means working within a system. So deltoids, pectorals, core muscles, quads, glutes, all these muscles have a coordination system, have an integration that is mapped by the brain that triggers the contraction of these muscles in certain sequences and certain combinations in order to perform movements, whether it's walking or whether it's exercise. And balance is very, very important because it is the stability of our joints. It's the stability of our body, of our torso, of our structure while we're lifting weights. So if we're talking about it in terms of exercise and not just daily living activities, but specifically exercise movements, when the body has proper posture, you're safer. You're at less risk of injury. You can produce a greater force output when you're doing your exercise because the right muscles are coordinated or integrated. So balance comes into play with muscle activation. You can also think of the phrase balance in terms of balancing the muscles, in terms of strength and size and aesthetics. But really, what I am discussing balance is in the sense of standing on one leg, for example, proprioceptive balance and neuromuscular coordination to keep dynamic and static posture. I cannot understate this enough. I always talk about yoga. I put yoga in Swolenormous X. I have it in my 90-day dash program. I'm always talking about mobility and yoga. And the reason is that we have to change the direction of the tide, if that makes sense, the direction of the wind. We have to change the habits that we're doing on the regular because it's sending us down the wrong path. We're sedentary. We're sitting down. Right now I'm sitting down, but a lot of you do this all the time. I don't sit down all the time. I'm sitting down a lot because a lot of times I'm at the computer, and standing desks get tiring as well. And standing at a desk is almost as bad as sitting. You're locked into position. Your chances are you're going to lean on one leg. You're not going to have awesome posture while you're standing at a desk. It's slightly an improvement, but if you're not moving, if you're not in motion, and I think we lose that a lot when we're talking about standing desks. And I'll do another episode about standing versus sitting and standing desks and why that could be a negative as well. There's a lot of things that we try to do as human beings. There's a lot of things that we try to create and a lot of things that we get distracted from the main focus because we think it's a fad, or we think it's something that's just someone blowing smoke up our ass because we just get inundated with so much shit over and over and over again. But I encourage all of you to start implementing balanced movements in your training because you will be turning on the stabilizer muscles within. You'll be firing your neuromuscular, your kinesthesia, your conscious and your proprioception, your subconscious awareness of surroundings. You'll be firing these integrative systems that have evolutionarily just developed over thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of years to give us strength in different planes of motion in various situations and the ability to adapt to those situations. And we, as a species, in the last couple hundred years, have completely stopped that pattern. We've locked ourselves into position, and now we are bumps on a log, and we're heading down the wrong path. So it's important to bring these training elements back into our activation techniques, our warm-ups at the beginning of our training sessions, even parts of our corrective exercise routine or our balancing or our deloading phase in terms of heavy training programs. This can be a part of everyone's program. It just depends on what quantity and what shape and form it takes, but this could be part of a warm-up. This could be part of an off day or a lower load day, but balance should be a part of every single person's protocol in order to reduce their injury risk and to improve performance and strength. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 561. Remember, if you have a comment, drop it below with the hashtag AskPapaSwolio. And in order to be automatically entered for a chance to win a free month to Swolenormous X, tag a friend with an awesome comment below with the hashtag DailySwoleClub to be automatically entered. And the question of the day is, what do you do for balance? What do you do for your balance training? Are you engaging balance in your routine, or have you never done a balance exercise in your life? And remember to check out the balance pack when it drops in Swolenormous X. You can check out swolenormousx.com for all my programs, lesson packs, masterclasses, forum, and more. The Swolenormous X private community at swolenormousx.com. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. I'll catch you all tomorrow for Sunday Fun Day for episode 562. Have a great one. Ooh. And make sure you make some sick fucking gains this weekend. It's no excuse to take off. No days off. No days off. All right, maybe some days off. Make sure you do yoga and mobility. Oh, yeah, and balance. Peace out, fam.